What's up, guys? Check this out. Look, if you're having trouble trading, I need you to do these three things because these are the three most common things most people need to work on as traders themselves. All right, I'm gonna jump right into it. No intro, none of that. Look, if you trade with fear, you will not become a great trader, right? You cannot operate in a space like the stock market, especially being a trader, and trade with fear. And why is that? It's super important point. It's probably the most important in my opinion. And I brought it up number one. It's the most important thing to me. You can't trade with fear because the human mind is very protective of itself, right? Naturally, when we are afraid of something, we automatically run away from it. We do whatever we can to avoid it. So if you trading with fear means you're scared to lose, right? You're either because of your ego or you can't take it emotionally anymore, or financially it's starting to hurt you, you are ultimately going to run right into those things because your mind is going to start distorting certain information in the market, so you don't really have to run into what you're ultimately afraid of. What does that look like exactly, right? For example, let's say this. Let's say you get into a play. The play starts reversing on you. But in your head, you're just going to start drawing different support lines. Oh, there's support right here. Oh, there's support right here, right? It's going to bounce soon. It's going to do this. Oh, matter of fact, it's actually in this bullish pattern, right? You keep making excuses as to why this play is still valid instead of cutting the play, because cutting the play is ultimately admitting or ultimately walking into what you're most afraid of: losing a play, losing money, right? Being wrong about a play, getting that negative feeling every time you get when you lose a play, right? You don't want to run into that. So instead, you're going to come up with excuses to try to validate why you're still in the losing play, right? But when you trade without fear, you are actually able to look at market information for what it is, because you're not afraid of anything. You have accepted the risk of trading, right? And accepting the risk of trading is understanding that plays are going to go against you, and when they do, you can cut without hesitation. You can do what you need to do to protect your capital, and you can take plays without feeling like you're really pressured, right? If you take a play and you start sweating, then you're not in a good mind space to be trading, right? Because you're trading with fear, and ultimately you will actually make decisions based off of that fear, and that's super dangerous. I used to trade with fear, and it was super stressful. I second guessed myself all the time. I was afraid of losing. I was afraid of losing money. I was trying to run away from the emotional pain that comes with losing money in the stock market, and I had to tell myself, look, great traders do not trade with fear. So if I want to be a great trader, then I better fix it, right? And the only way I did that is by accepting the risk of trading, right? If I lose, just be quick with cutting losses, right? We cut losses quick. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. And a lot of people think they need to win more than they lose to be successful in the stock market. And let me tell you right now, that is not true at all, right? What you need to do is be able to cut losses very quickly, very small losses, and then maximize gains, right? If you lose 6 trades in a row, right, but you cut each trade between 5 and 10%, and then your 7th trade you make a 300% play, you are a profitable trader because you've cut 70% worth of losses, right? Let's say you cut, let's say you had 6 trades, you cut them at 10% loss. That's 60% worth of losses. And obviously it depends on your size, but let's say you let a play run and then you really maximize your gains, you scale out perfectly, good entry, good exit, 300%, you are a winner, you are a profitable trader, but you're also 1 for 7. That doesn't, see what I mean? Like, cut your losses quick. Don't try to be Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect, right? Trade without fear. Accept the risk of trading and then move on, right? And all these problems actually stem from trading with fear. So number 2 and 3, ultimately they all stem from that number 1 thing, trading with fear. Number 2, right? Stop hesitating. Stop hesitating, getting in plays, right? If you see something, you ever saw, most of you guys have probably, everybody's done this at some point. You've seen a setup, right? For some reason, you talked yourself out of getting into the play because of lack of confidence, or you were scared of what may happen, right? You were scared of the negative possibilities of taking that trade, and the play, the stock or whatever did exactly what you thought it was going to do. And now you're like, why the heck didn't I take that play? Because you were scared, right? Don't be scared to trade, right? Like I said, everything is going to stem from actually being fearful. So if you see a play, take the play. That's my number one. If you see something, take it. Now, I'm not saying that you should neglect the skill of technical analysis. You know, sometimes you're wrong, right? You're just straight up wrong. But if you know you put the work in and you see a potential setup, take it. Do not hesitate. Take it. But with the same lack of hesitation, you need to make sure that you cut those losses if you are wrong, right? And that's the important part. Because just because you enter a play with confidence does not mean you are confident no matter what happens. No, you enter a play with confidence, like you always should. Not recklessness, but confidence. But you know that if it does reverse on you, if it's not what you thought it was, or the reason why you got in is now invalidated, you are very quick to cut your losses, and you have no problem with that, right? So number one, trade without fear, which is pretty much the number one thing with everything we're talking about right now. Number two, do not hesitate. All right, do not hesitate. Number three, I need you to journal every trade. Right? Because that's going to help you with number two, right? You want to take trades without hesitation, no matter what. No matter if you're on a losing streak, you're on a winning streak, whatever it is, you want to take trades without hesitation. But number three comes in with journaling your trades. The reason why that's so important is because you don't want to keep taking trades with hesitation and then making those same mistakes over and over and over again. You need to be able to write down what you're doing, everything, wins and losses, so you can repeat good behavior and you could cut out bad behavior, right? That way, when you are now still continuing to take trades without hesitation, you're taking the right trades. There's so many times I wish I would have actually journaled, because had I done that earlier, I'd have saved myself a lot of losses because I could have made adjustments a lot sooner. So when you're trading, make sure you are always everything: winners, losers, why you didn't trade today, why you did trade today, did you take too many trades, how many trades did you take, what kind of setups are more successful for you, what kind of setups should you avoid. Get really descriptive, get really specific with what you saw, why you saw it, how you saw it, what was the setup, what was the stock, what was the price, what's going on in the economy, what news could have affected this, everything, right? And it may seem like a lot, whatever, but understand this: if you can do this and identify what you need to work on, or identify what works for you, that'll help you with your with identifying your strategy. That'll help you with cutting out all the crap that causes you to lose money, right? And then you can start trading without fear, trading with taking plays without hesitation, right? Maximizing gains and allowing and cutting losers short. And then you never stop journaling, so you always stay on top of the game, right? But those are my three things, guys. It's not going to be a long video. Look, trade without fear, trade without hesitation, and journal every single trade, and I think you will find yourself in a much better place. Do it for a month. Just try it out. Do it for a month. And if you can't, if you find yourself still trading with fear or still trading with some sort of hesitation, then what I want you to do is cut down your size, right? Because if you're scared of losing or scared of losing money, it's because you have too much money in it in the first place. So if you usually trade with $500, trade with $100. Shoot, trade with 50. Whatever you need to do to feel comfortable, do that. And I promise you'll start to see better results. All right, so that's all I got for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And leave a comment down below what else y'all want to see, right? I'm going to be on YouTube a lot more since I actually moved to LA finally. So I got a lot of stuff coming for you guys, and I'm excited. So I'll see you guys in the next video.